What's up, everybody? Sorry that I didn't make a game prediction and thoughts on time, even though it was just like in long drought and a lot of devastating news. Prayers with the Nick Mango that's passed away. His tragic time, every Jets fan that grew up loving him so much with prime times he was within a prime time Mark Sanchez years. It was just like, it was out of the words, but as much emotionally wise with today wise we just witnessed, which likely to say the Jets have finally done it. They won their first game of the season. So, it's something that we have to be happy about, just like, and I feel like his spirit was existence to this team to like give us at least a boost of confidence and just strive for the persistent plays. Everybody has yet to finally have done it. And, without much everybody else that we had to readjust themselves, and of course, with our mindset that we're honoring for the passing of named Mango, that's helped us to win those games. But this is like yet a bright story that's brought down to this path, and yet again they beat the Bengals, an upsetting win, a comeback win maybe, but it looks like it's just like an honorable win for us that we've been one for so long this season. And we could have had the week 1 game already from this point. Man, we were hungry, But shout out to Justin Fields, man. He was precisely having a little bit of struggles at the first half. But when it comes to like a little bit of like a chance to redeem himself in the second half, it was like, okay, he knows what he's doing. He's been through this all time. Willie Johnson gave him shit from the comment that he has, thrown down of, saying that he's like, not yet to make his passes enough to be persistent on yards. Guess what happened today? The ball game was different. But yeah, man, it was just a ugly ass first half. Eric Glenn and Amuchi. Just like offensive coordinator to know shit how to put more yards and persist on points. But yet they redeem themselves and evaluate at their second half. There's just everything's coming to mind, but down to the wise, this is a meaning about football other than what it is, what it's now, just thinking about like, our head and mind, the outside, inside of football, the struggles that we, not having to win yet, the tragic loss of Nick Mango just carry us on as Jets fans or such people that inspire him, just everything else that comes to it, man. Just everything else just comes to the moment, and we know how to beat the Bengals, and they had looked like they struggled for catching the ball's completion and stuff. Which Joe Flacco, he was known to be like awoken from the last game against Pittsburgh Steelers, and he came back from like for what team it was, but it was just like. Oh, it was Cleveland Browns, I forgot. So, but, just all that happened, man. He was making ball throwing with the, just from last game and this game, he had yet to have weapons with Jamar Chase, but he hasn't had a touchdown at least, and that's surprising. It's always like, with the running backs, P. Ryan, and then I believe his name's Drake, but I could be wrong. But yeah, so, and Bengals, they did it absolutely, did best, Of course, we stopped them on, line scrimmage. We have yet to, made one sack for that fourth quarter. Just like it was just like we need something to at least get that spark. And Will McDonald yet to have answered. It was just like we had tough battles at both sides. Of course, with the Jets offense, they yet to have like. Persistent on runs, but not as what people would need to see, with running the ball at all costs and stuff. That's what Aaron Glenn got to, like, the offensive coordinator for that, just like a little juice about it, like, hey, like, this ain't shit, just do something, but, after all this, man, I didn't imagine they would have to beat the Bengals at Cincinnati, and it's been, like, past decade we had beaten yet at Cincinnati, which is like prime time years. Lastly, we went the AFC championships, and we've been thinking about him so much. It truly means about everything else with this game. Shout out to like Mason Taylor, his first touchdown with that Brees Hall. Oh my god. Oh my god. This kid. This kid is the path of our success today. And hope it comes on to the future with the years he has come with us, you know. Of course, with Brees Hall, that's been questionable wise himself, whether he needs to stay with Jazz or the trade market is right in the corner for him. You know, I so happy to want him back again. You know, even though he's trying to make his last persistent year with the Jets before otherwise or some other game he has left until we might do something about it, which I don't like that's gonna happen, but it might happen soon with the trade talks and stuff, because our team is still still in the boundary of the positive season if they win at least about 9 more games left, but I understand, but this is money talks and stuff, just we'll have to evaluate about that later on. So but shout out to shout out to also to Justin Fields. I haven't made a point, but he's well known to had a good ball control wise, which is after just a rough start the first half a little bit. Just it was okay with second half. Just everything was just like we need to just at least get 1 points. We learned it from the past freaking games. We're not putting on time with the decisions on it. Just it just everything else. It was just he had the control, and we didn't see other than negativity that's much in the goal in that second half, and he has done it. I just appreciate that. That most of it just comes down, and us Jets fans, like to see the Jets dub has happened for the longest time of the season. But yeah, at least we're not wilderness, or we lastly were, but now we're not, so something that we always gonna have our sleep in with, and just and be in touch with our hearts with everybody else, but of course with the disadvantaged people that were in there, Garrett Wilson, Sauce Garner, sucks that they weren't there, they wouldn't experience that, but hey, they were there just to be in touch with the team somehow to get back their feet soon. This means a lot, for everybody else. But yeah, that's all I can say for now. I'm sorry that there's a little bit unresponsive game prediction and thoughts, but this is finally yet a first video of a Jets victory in my post-game reactions and thoughts. So, likely said, thanks for watching for my quick reaction stuff. It was just so emotional what happened and all. And I lost my Jets a little second ago, with Mango that's passed away. Made a lot, such a crazy roller coaster emotional ride. But praise up for man above that is watching us, and of course, last and not least, Jets, Jets. Thank you for you guys for watching.